My new partner will always compare himself with my late husband, and all I can smell is jealousy, so it's time to drop him, and drop a fresh restraining order on him. My late husband and I dated for a while back in high school, then again on and off in university, and got married a few years later. In short, he was a wonderful man and our relationship was amazing, words can't do it justice. He died 3 years ago. My current partner was a mutual friend of ours, so he knows a lot about my past. We got into a relationship a year ago, and in general, he is a good person. He is sweet and caring, not only with me, but in general. The thing is, whenever we get into an argument, he brings up my late husband. And when we're having a discussion, he never misses a chance to start with comparisons. For example, if we're discussing something and he raises his voice, I tell him there's no need, we're just talking. That's when he hits me with something like, "Yeah, now you don't like the way I talk. I bet you wouldn't have said the same thing to him." Or when we're arguing about something, he finishes with, "I'm sure it was never like this with him." When he moved in with me, I once called him by my husband's name. I don't remember doing it, but he was sure, so I apologized to him. He's the first man I ever got close to after what happened, and not gonna lie, I knew my late husband for years. It wasn't easy for me to accept he's gone and adjust easily, so I might have. I know it was wrong, but I really didn't intend to call him by his name. He never let it slide, though he still brings that incident up sometimes. One day, we passed by a nearby restaurant, and he said it seemed like a good place. I said yeah, it is, I've been there a few times. He instantly asked me if it was with my husband. I said yes. Then he started with how, of course, it's a good place for me and how we can't go there now because the only thing that would be in my mind is my husband. I snapped at him and told him to stop this and never bring him up again. He apologized but never stopped. When we were still friends, I was still wearing my wedding ring but took it off when we started dating. One day, out of nowhere, he asked me about the ring. I said it's in my closet. A month ago, I noticed it wasn't there. I wonder if it disappeared before then, and I didn't notice until a month ago. I did ask him about it, but he said he has no idea. The thing is, it's only the two of us, we rarely have people over. When I get in an argument or when I'm around raised voices, my eyes well up with tears. Not in an, I'm about to cry way, but it's noticeable enough. So, when we argue about him bringing up my late husband and how he should stop with comparisons, he gets frustrated and says that I'm still in love with him, that I will never forget about him, and that I'm about to cry thinking about him. What? My eyes literally do that even when we're arguing about something else. You could raise your voice about a pineapple and it would have the same result. Like I said, he's a good man in general. He cares about his family and is like a father to his little brother. He's affectionate with me, sweet and all. But the way he keeps bringing up my late husband is annoying. I never give him a reason to, and I never bring him up. I'm thinking about breaking up with him, but I don't know how. I know he will blame it on me and his obsession with how I can't get over my late husband and used him to forget him. And at the same time, I don't know if this problem is worth breaking up over. I know I might seem selfish for deciding to end things because of this, but the constant reminder isn't doing me any good. What should I do? Update 1. We broke up, and things got more complicated. We didn't end things on good terms. I tried my best to explain to him how his actions affected our relationship, but he wouldn't understand. When I made it clear that I was done, he then admitted to taking the ring and promised to give it back and suggested we start couples therapy. The way he talked, the moment he admitted that he took the ring, everything scared me, but I stood my ground and made it clear again that we were done. When we were just friends, he never acted this way. I mean, you wouldn't know this man was capable of such things. He also tried to blame me for it all, saying that I never saw things from his perspective, that it's hard to be with a woman he knows a lot about. I was married, what's wrong with that? He also said that it was hard for him to try and be better than my late husband because he saw the way he loved me and thought he would never be enough for me. Anyway, we broke up, and he's taking his sweet time packing his things. He owns an apartment but is still acting like he's being kicked to the street. We don't talk, he's staying in the guest room until he finishes packing. And he still hasn't given me the ring back. That's all. Thank you. Update 2. Like most of you advised me, I had my sister and her husband come stay the night with me. My brother-in-law helped him the next day with packing. My ex literally had nothing left to pack but my brother-in-law helped him move his things out of the guest room. He also offered to help him move his stuff to his apartment. He refused and called his stepfather instead. He did give my ring back by throwing it at my face after I threatened to report it as stolen. Yeah, I know. He called me every name you can think of, along with accusing me of jumping into bed with him right after my husband died. I didn't. I never really got close to anyone for 2 years, and he was the one who helped me get through it all. That's why I thought getting into a relationship with him when he initiated it was the right thing to do. Anyway, I didn't let him get on my nerves at first, but when he said, if he could see how much you've changed, I'm sure he would ride that motorcycle again just to get away from you, I lost it and threw my phone his way. I'm not proud of it now. It did hit his arm, but my sister grabbed me from behind to stop me from doing anything stupid. My brother-in-law kicked him out as politely as he could. He's a gym freak, and both my sister and I had to stop him from doing anything to avoid getting into unnecessary trouble. My sister is still with me, but her husband can't stay because my place is 2 hours away from his work. Cameras are already installed along with an alarm. I'm currently working on changing the locks. I'm also in the process of obtaining a restraining order against him. His words are still echoing in my head and made me realize I have to consider starting therapy. I really didn't grieve properly. Thinking about it now, I see how I avoided my own emotions through denial. It was sudden. And although everything happened, I never gave my ex a reason to do this. I treated him with respect and honesty, and it took me a while to realize I deserved the same. Thank you all for the advice and support. This is the end.